Good evening. This is Tracy Potter, State Senator in Bismarck. I am on my deck for another in our series of Grillside chats. I've been asked, do you really have a grill? Yes, I do. You can't see it. It's right down here. I'll show you the smoker that we use to start the grill because I prefer that to lighter fluid. Tonight's topic are live televised debates. We don't have any schedule. The governor has turned down debates from KFYR TV here in Bismarck and from WDAY, DAZ TV in the eastern part of the state, KBMY, KCMY out here. He's decided that he doesn't want any live televised debates. He has, in order to avoid the appearance that he doesn't want to debate at all, he's accepted a couple of debates that are not true debates. They're not live. They're not televised. Well, there's one that's televised. It's taped with Prairie Public TV. Sitting at a table where he's more comfortable sitting, I'm more comfortable standing, as I am right now and as I have to do when I speak in the North Dakota State Senate. And that will be taped and broadcast several times on public TV, but it won't be promoted the way that debates on the commercial stations would be on the statewide networks. Also, we've got one in front of the Broadcasters Association, but that's no guarantee that it'll be broadcast at all, even though it's the Broadcast Association. It's a Thursday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Very likely there will be reports from that, and they'll be filtered through journalists, much like any horse race. They'll be saying, Senator Potter said this today, Governor Hoeven said that in response, not much movement based on that. Well, you know, and I know, what live televised debates are all about. Because when it's a live televised debate, people can get an essence of how the candidates measure up one against the other. I think I'll measure up quite well. I'm experienced at debate. As a state senator, I've debated on the floor of the state senate in 2 legislative sessions. I think pretty fast on my feet, and I speak well on my feet. The governor hasn't had to do that. He gets things done sitting behind a desk by ordering them done. It's a completely different thing than legislative, and I would point those differences out. But more importantly, we'd be able to discuss the real issues, because the governor has a lot of money in his campaign. He personally has a lot of money, and he has friends with a lot of money, and he's raised a lot of money. And he's spending that with carpet bombing, radio ads, talking about jobs, jobs, jobs. I've created jobs. Well, Governor, you haven't actually created any jobs. But you know, I don't begrudge you saying that you've been a good governor. In fact, I've even said that you haven't been a bad governor. Collectively, you and me and my colleagues together have done a fairly good job of handling the surpluses that oil has given us. But you didn't kill the dinosaurs and put the oil in the ground, and that's the kind of thing that we would point out side by side in live TV debate. But what's even more, I think, stunning is that you keep saying you're going to take these successes in North Dakota through a common sense approach. The jobs, jobs, jobs. You'll take that to Washington and you'll create jobs there. Well, are you going to drill an oil well on the National Mall? Are you planning on, you hoping that the Bakken Formation extends to the District of Columbia? Because it doesn't, Governor. We need other plans for that. And I've offered a plan for jobs. It's a Social Security fix as well. It's one plan, and that is that we tax every dollar of payroll earnings the same, which would be at a lower rate than currently the 6.2% that I've paid on every dollar I've ever made in my life. But some of your friends haven't paid 6.2%. In fact, somebody who makes $1 million pays 0.62. And that's the kind of thing that we would debate in a live televised debate. And you've said that you don't like my plan. And I would turn to you and say, well, what's your plan? What's your plan? Are you with John Boehner, the minority leader in the U.S. House, who just this morning said that he believes that we should raise the retirement age to 70? Are you with Michelle Bachmann, who says that North Dakota, or that America, needs to wean itself from Social Security and Medicare? If you don't like my plan to create jobs, let me hear what yours is. What is yours? Is it some vague notion that you're just through common sense, you're going to create jobs? Well, I want to see side by side. I want to stand side by side with you and ask you what you intend to do. I'm glad to talk about any issue. We'll talk about war and peace. We'll talk about the filibuster. We'll talk about my plan on Social Security. We'll talk about your plans, if you have any. Let's stand side by side in live TV debate, Governor. This is what American people have every right to expect. From the time of our founding, when those people would get together at town hall meetings in Lexington and Concord and Boston and in Virginia, when people would come together and they would hear what their political leaders were suggesting, and they would debate there in front of the people of America. That's what we've come to expect, and it's become the live TV debates. That's what the presidential candidates do. That's what you and I should be doing, a live TV debate. If you don't want to do that, then we're not honoring the process. We're not showing respect for the electoral process or for the voters. You see, every 2 years, the voters turn the tables on us. For the most part, and this was just pointed out to me yesterday in Beach, and I thought it was an eloquent statement by one of the people who came to my courthouse appearance there. He said, generally, it is the people who go before the government as supplicants and ask, will you pass this program that we need? Will you lower this tax because it's burdensome? Will you help in this regard? And we, as sitting in government, can either say yes or no or maybe. But every 2 years, they turn the tables on us because we have to go to them and say, will you vote for me? Will you support me? Will you back my ideas? Will you send me back? Both of us want to go to the United States Senate as freshman U.S. senators, Governor. Neither one of us can take anything except our character and our experiences. That's all we can take with us. And we'll be at the bottom of the barrel there. But the people have a right to know exactly what we're doing and what we believe in. And so, Governor, I challenge you again. I challenge you. Accept a live, statewide, televised debate. Accept 2. Accept 3. You've got the time. What are you doing with your time anyway? You're flying to California for fundraising events, or Washington, D.C. You're raising money like crazy. Let's take some time instead to talk with each other in front of the people of North Dakota. It's my Grillside chat for August 8th.